Good afternoon, Stitch Roadies. Welcome to the Beehive. It is, I wish I could afford a cleaning lady, but what I would have to pay to have someone actually come clean the beehive would be astronomical. It would be astronomical. But, oh well. Oh well. Well, I'm glad you're here. I wanted to catch up with you before I ended up on the road again. Yes, I am. This late summer and fall has been nonstop for me. And I am shortly going to be heading with my grandchildren down to visit family and have fun in Southern California. A lot of the cousins that I visited with in Bend, I get to see again. Plus, I get to see their children, which is awesome because a lot of them are the same age as my grandchildren. Because I told you, I'm the oldest cousin. My cousins are still some of my cousins are still having babies. Yeah, I have cousins here in the Portland area who would be shocked if they had a baby. Oh, I wish I could filter some of this. Anyway, I want to catch you up on my cross stitch because my brain has been exploding even though I haven't got a whole lot done. As far as the designated stitch is going, it is almost done. And I wanted to show it to you. I am just about done. All I have is fill in right here, then a ton of back stitching, a ton, because this is what it's supposed to look like. It's a primitive hair. I am not putting the words at the top of this chart, but you can see I have a ton of back stitching to do to get it done. And that house was a beast. And I'm looking forward to getting that all done so that I can move on to the next designated stitch. Yeah, and if you're new to this channel, just know that there's one project that I stitch on every evening. I don't give myself choices because then I'll go down a rabbit hole, and I tend to get fairly more, I guess, bigger projects done because they become a designated stitch. I have no clue what the next one's going to be, but what I can tell you is that the designated stitch is always a whip. It's not a new start. It's a way for me to embrace something that I love, that I've already started, that I would like to get finished. And I have a lot of those. And then the upside of that is it frees a project bag up. Yeah, it frees a project bag up. So what have I been up to? Well, we spent a wonderful time camping at the beach for our anniversary, and it was nothing but a great time. I mean, ocean air. We sleep better at the beach just with the ocean air, and we camped our whole lives. So camping is a very comfortable, we really kind of set up and tear down a campsite like a waltz. We are really good at it. And so but we're sore because we did a lot of walking. We walked miles on the beach, absolute miles. While we were at Cannon Beach, Oregon, which is just a fabulous well, all the beach towns in Oregon are spectacular. And the really sad part about it all, it's truly tragic, and I want to feel that you get what I'm talking about here, is that I'm allergic to shellfish. I grew up on shellfish. I grew up on fish. But something happened to my body after my second pregnancy that I could no longer tolerate shellfish. And we were watching the sunset on the beach. And G said, "Too bad you're allergic to shellfish because Moe's is right there." And Moe's is a well-known clam chowder restaurant. And I said, "Yeah, but I'm past menopause. I'm like old. Do you think should I just try it?" And he's like, "No, no way," because he did not want to have to deal with the repercussions if I was still allergic. But I did think I might try to see if I can get some allergy testing done again, because maybe menopause, like pregnancy tipped me into this allergy, maybe menopause had tipped me out and I just don't know it. You know, we are a vegan family, but I could be a pescatarian family. I have no problems with that. Okay, that was a little bit of a rant and had absolutely zero to do with cross stitch. So if you're about to press the exit button, wait, there's cross stitch coming. I did want to share with you something I've noticed, and that is on like my last video, there was like thousands of views. Yeah, there are a lot of cross stitchers that are watching FlossTube. But just to give you a heads up so that you will know, for us who do floss tubes, okay, on my last Stitch Roadie video, almost 4,000 views of that video, but only 548 thumbs up. Come on, just press the thumbs up for me. I want to see if I can push that out so that the videos, when you give a thumbs up, it kind of changes your algorithm within the YouTube, the general YouTube business population, I guess. And so I would like to see, because I cannot believe that out of almost 4,000 people, only 548 thought it was maybe that's true. Maybe only 548 people thought it was worth watching. But if you thought, go ahead. For any YouTube that you spend time watching, give them a thumbs up. It helps our videos traverse the Ethernet or whatever they want to call it. Yeah. I've been watching, when I got home, the things I've watched so far are Mrs. Jones Stitches, A Maker's Life, Thread Gremlins, because I cannot believe that a gremlin was at the Pacific Northwest Stitch Summit and I didn't know that and get to spend a little time chatting, because I get so many good tips off of that channel. And then Brenda and Laura. So far, in the short time I've been home, that's what I've watched. Yeah, I probably won't have any chances to spend on YouTube for the next week, but it's family time, and that's going to be worth it. Back to whatever's going on here. I have a fully finished. I can't tell you how awesome I think it turned out. This was a stitch that I was working on. It was a designated stitch that got done, and now it's fully finished, and it is a birthday present. And it was Women of Honor by the Rebel Stitcher. And so here it is. I am so happy to have this done, and I'm so proud of myself. The only thing I changed was I changed the name here, and she gives you an alphabet in the chart, so that if you want to take a name off, if there's somebody you want to take off or someone you want to add. And I added that Susan LaFresh Picote, and I replaced Billie Jean King's name there because I had just got done reading about this woman who was the first American Indian female to finish medical school and actually practice medicine on a reservation. And I just thought that she deserved to be on this stitch. And then in the two wreaths, I put my initials and my sister's initials in there. And yeah, it was spectacular. I mean, it is spectacular. I wish you could see it in person. And so I'm going to be gifting that probably in the end of October. And I'm really pleased. So now on to some, got to get that designated stitch done so that I can fully finish some things. Yeah, I want to fully finish some things. And this particular one, the one I'm currently working on, the Summer House by the Primitive Hare, it's in this booklet. And I am so doing that. There are so many cool projects in here in this little booklet, and I got it at Acorns and Threads. I pretty much like everything in this booklet. I want to do the needle books that are in there, but I'm definitely gonna get that octopus done. Most definitely. Next, what is next? What have I been up to? I worked a little bit on my 56 count, and it is one of the animal crackers, Lily, and I'm doing her on 56 count because I want her to fit in my converted jewelry box to stitchy box. And so there she is. She's so cute. She's gonna be very tiny, very sweet, and she'll be in my green froggy stitchy box. I took cross stitch with me to the beach and never got to it because I spent all my time on embroidery. So when I came home now, I am like hitting the pedal to the metal, as they say. This particular one, I don't think I've put many more stitches on it, but I am loving this one. This is a sampler that I'm working on. I got this at the Attic in Mesa, Arizona. It's by Needle Made Designs. And it's gorgeous. It's gorgeous. But I'm still working on the border, so nothing big, no big changes there. That's going to take a bit of time. And for my first day of autumn start, I dug out a kitted up project that I just love it. I just love it. And here it is. Now, it just so happened when I purchased this pattern, which has been since 2022, they actually had that fabric. And so I purchased the fabric at the same time at the Acorns and Threads. I don't know if she has any in the nooks and crannies of the shop, but that pattern was also done on other fabrics. But I was lucky enough at the time, and see, that's the thing, is when you see something, I almost want to tell you buy it when you see it, because you may not get it later on. And so I have this great needle book that was gifted to me at Penwith, and I have this project carries all of that. And then here is, I'm not going to unroll the whole thing, but here's the fabric. See, it was a pre-printed fabric, and I started this right here. I've got these motifs done. And I remember asking Janine at Acorns and Threads if, how do you figure out how to start? Because I'm a top left corner start, but I listen to her because although she doesn't get a ton finished, don't tell her I said that. She starts a lot and she knows a lot. She told me start from the center bottom. So this was a little different start for me, and so I did, and I love those. So this is going to be my autumn stitch. I have it on a Q-snap, which is, here's the thing. I know we all have our favorite count fabric, our favorite floss, our favorite designers. It's all the favorites. I don't particularly have any favorites. I have a whole lot of likes. And so it doesn't, like, I don't switch out fabric because, oh, it's not my favorite fabric. Whatever I bought for that project at that time, that's what I'm going to stitch on. Whatever floss, I just don't function that same way. I like the variety, and so sometimes I want to have, sometimes I want to do 56 count because it's so adorable and so tiny. But other times, I don't want to work that hard. I don't want to look that hard, and I'm scheduled sometime in the not too distant future for cataract surgery, so maybe I'll do 28 or 32 count. As long as I'm stitching, I'm kind of happy. So I don't have like a favorite needle or a favorite thread. I tend to go for whatever the call for is, and I mean, variety is the spice of life in terms of how I function with my crafting. And I know it would drive some people crazy, but it is where I'm the most comfortable, in not having any rules or structure, but just enjoying the moments. And that's what I'm doing these days, is enjoying the moments. When I was at the beach, there's a couple wonderful bookstores down there in that town, and I found this book that just, I mean, I love it. I'm probably, I guess I would be about a 75% nonfiction reader and a 25% fiction. I love a good fiction, and but I'm a lot of nonfiction stuff, and this, like, the title alone, I didn't even get 5 feet into the bookstore and it was on the front table, and I was like reading parts of it standing there, and I thought, okay, this is it. This is the book. I don't even have to shop anymore. Why Rats Laugh and Jellyfish Sleep. It's such a weird title, but it's absolutely the truth. This wonderful book, at heart, a primer in learning to see, curious puzzles abound in the natural world, and there is often more than meets the eye. So I'm really enjoying this book. I'm taking it with me on this next little jaunt with my grandchildren. Not that I'll get a lot of time to read, but yeah, you never know. You never know. And then as far as audiobooks, I know some people have asked when I'm stitching or spending time here in the beehive, what do I watch or what do I read and stuff, and I do a lot of audiobook. And the current audiobook that I am listening to, which is truly truly fascinating, is by Malcolm Gladwell, and it is Revenge of the Tipping Point. So if you ever read his book, The Tipping Point, this is like a continuation in some ways of that, and it is a great read. It's really a great read. And then I have on loan also The Day I Ate Whatever I Wanted, which is not a nonfiction, it is a fiction book, but I was hook, line, and sinker into the title, The Day I Ate Whatever I Wanted. I'm not sure. I always have this voice in my head about when I'm eating something, so I am looking forward to that read. The last time my grandson was in here in the beehive, he does a lot of Legos, and I'm going to send G a photograph to put in of the last Lego that he put together, which was this hanging heart shape with flowers. And so we hung it up here in the beehive. And Legos always gives you a whole bunch of extra pieces, which he usually takes home with him to his pile of Legos, where he creates things out of them. But he made up a little flower pot for me out of some of the leftovers. And then I added, let's see, oh, there it goes. Then I added the little flamingo that I was given at Pinwith. I glued it on the pot there. Isn't that cute? Yeah. So I have that sitting here with me. I did start something, and it was because I was watching Brenda and Laura, and they were talking about either fall or Halloween, autumn starts. And so then I went and I picked up a chart that was already kitted up and ready to go, and I have started it. And it is this particular one, Needlework Press. I just love it. And it was all kitted up, fabric and floss. And I have just this very little start. But it made me start thinking about all the kitted things I have. I have a lot. I don't know about you, but I have a lot of kitted things. And I have decided that in 2026, and I hope that some of you will join me in this venture, that every month in 2026, I am going to start, like on the first of the month or around there, no hard, fast rules. No one's going to give you a star or no star. But I think in my new Book a Days book, I'm going to have a little section where I am going to give a star to a kitted item that gets started. So every month, and I hope you'll join me, every month in 2026, we will have a kitted new start. Trying to get those things rotated out, because I'm going to keep kidding stuff, and they can't be things that I just kitted up. They have to be things kitted up before 2026. So it could be 2025, 2024, 2023, but it has to be fully kitted already. And see if we can't shake up that cross-stitch closet. Are you ready? Do you want to join me? Let me know in the comments if you want to join me. It would be fun. Maybe I'll create a hashtag. I know some people say that doesn't work anymore. I still use it and I still see things. So maybe I'll create a hashtag, and then like there'll be some kind of, we'll have a party and there'll be some kind of prize. And yeah, it sounds exciting. I'm getting really excited now. How about you? Huh? Because I know I'm going to buy more stuff, but the stuff from before. So, again, starting in 2026, each month we'll have a new start of a kitted project from previous years. I like it. I like it. Okay, I think that's all I have going on today. I am looking around. I think I've covered everything I wanted to cover. I'm going to be having a wonderful time this next week, and so we'll see you afterwards. And you all take care, because you know I love you guys.